In the middle of Kenya's early years summer of 1952, Princess Elizabeth and her husband Prince Philip visit this land of one of the most rebellious Africans against the British colonial masters. The colony is on the verge of the Mau Mau uprising to become independent, at a time the life of Britain's King George VI's reign is on the wane to usher in a new monarch. It is 1st of February 1952 in Kenya's Nairobi sparsely populated metropolis, 200 miles west of Lake Victoria, named after Princess Elizabeth's grandmother Queen Victoria. Obedient Kenyan chiefs and their subjects, blended with the British government agents, watched the Argonaut airliner with curiosity to see the visiting princess and prince. And there alights Princess Elizabeth in her elegant print dress and white opera gloves that nearly touch the sleeves, and Prince Philip clad in his white naval uniform shimmering under the Nairobi's hot February sun, just 80 miles south of the equator. The scene displays the crème de la crème of Britain's splendor of both people and culture as Princess Elizabeth inspects the Royal Naval Guard, in the land of people who grew up on extended savannas. Selected and staged Kenyans celebrate the British monarch's presence with their feather-crowned heads and heavily beaded necks, chests and arms. They display their best from the trade fed by the Indian Ocean and the inland routes across escarpments and hills, flanking the Great Rift Valley which divides Kenya into two from north to south. The cameras are set and the princess is here to address the part of the crumbling British Empire, to fan the embers receding in the example of the Indians who won their independence hardly 5 years before in 1947. The contrast we see today. The princess says with her glorious eyes moving upon the serene crowd, hailing the men and women who have made Nairobi East Africa's great center of commerce and finance. Unlike the Belgians in Central Africa, the British boast about the infrastructures they built in their colonies, which still stand today after over a half-century of decolonization. In Kenya, Princess Elizabeth and Prince Philip visit new hospitals, schools and many more which the British believe are the best to do, to extend a civilization in the lands that know not more than mud houses. Thousands gather on roadsides to wave the Empire's flag in great excitement while the visitors in the phantom limousines cruise by, waving back. It is a new sight, never seen before. The young generation wave with aspirations in such people, of course not to become royals in the British monarch, but loyal to its civilization in order to win a position in their new society. But the princess's journey also intends a visit to Kenya's tea plantation, which is one of the reasons Kenyans are staging rebellions against the British for supposedly taking their land. On the second day of February 1952, the royal visit extends to the rolling hills of tea plantations for both inspection of the British tea growing industry, and a spectacular look to behold the landscape in the East African country. This young couple of fewer than 5 years in marriage chooses to stay at Treetops Hotel for a honeymoon where eyes feast on Kenya's both plain and rugged landscapes from a tree in the heart of the country. After 2 days of honeymooning, however, comes news that King George VI has died. It is an indescribable situation of mixed feelings for both mourning a loss and celebrating a gain in a new monarch. The young couple that came as princess and prince returned to England with Elizabeth as queen and Philip as Duke of Edinburgh. The couple flew from Entebbe Airport in neighboring Uganda on the shores of Lake Victoria, the largest lake in Africa which lies in a depression between the east and western rift valleys of East Africa. Kenya has much to say about the life of Queen Elizabeth II as a country she trod to visit the political entities and British tea plantations. The country heard her appreciation of the country's beauty at her chosen hotel, and her appreciation of the honeymoon she had with her husband in the prime days of their youth. Kenya received a princess and heard her ambitions when she left as the new Queen of Great Britain. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification icon so you never miss any of our upcoming videos.